Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Angie's World podcast. Today, I have a very, very, very special guest live on Broadway, aka I am Broadway, aka Broadway the Giant.
Yes.
How are you?
Oh man, Ange, I'm great. I appreciate you asking, Queen. I'm so proud of you. I love what you're doing with the platform. I'm here for it. Greetings and salutations.
Thank you so much, Broadway. If you guys know, I was on Broadway's podcast
Mm-hmm.
a couple weeks ago, his season finale, and we're going to
Mm-hmm.
get into Broadway's podcast and the new deal that
Mm-hmm.
he signed. And I'm so very proud of you. Congratulations, King.
Thank you.
So I said, you know what? I have to get Broadway on my podcast. I was like, I definitely got to get my bro on here. And so we made it happen, and now we're here.
Yeah, this is dope. It's a vibe too. I like it.
Thank you. And you already know I love your vibe on your podcast. You're a veteran. I'm just starting out here. I'm trying to get like you.
Man, and you got it, man. This is a cakewalk. I don't see you in these trenches working. Like what you said. Hold up, don't do that. Let's do this over here. I don't see you working. So this is dope. It's gonna come natural.
I appreciate that, Broadway. And what he's referring to is Clubhouse, guys. And we'll definitely get into the Clubhouse in a second. But I wanted to give you a proper introduction. Broadway is a podcast host. Like I said, Live on Broadway is his show. He's also a YouTuber. He makes content on YouTube. He does great productions on his podcast. His YouTube is called Live on Broadway. And I actually have a little banner for that I'm going to put up. I always be joking. Give me 1 second because I'm a little bit of a producer on this little.
That's
all right.
That's
so
dope. If they want to find it effectively, yep, Live on Broadway podcast, and they'll find it. Yep.
Yeah. So this is Broadway's YouTube. Definitely. Tap into his YouTube because his podcasts are on there and they're extremely entertaining. They're full-on productions and they're super dope. So Broadway, I want to get into a little bit of background on you because I recently met you on Clubhouse, and myself, we have this whole group. Me, you, and Damien. Shout out to DWI. We run the club, What New York Sounds Like on Clubhouse, and we have a whole team over there, and we do some great rooms. And I'm also an admin for your Clubhouse. Thank you so very much for that.
You do so well.
That's the Live on Broadway Clubhouse. So we met on Clubhouse. Before we met, you were already an established podcaster. So for the people who don't know, tell me a little background about you, like where you're from, where you grew up, and how you got into podcasting and entertainment.
Well, it's interesting, right? Because I believe in speaking things into existence. I didn't always believe that. So, I was born in the Bronx, New York. I was raised in Harlem. You know what I mean? So, it's one of those things where, if and when, we're in rooms and it's like the Bronx and then it's Harlem, people start feeling offended or somehow because I don't pick either or. I claim both. You know what I'm saying? So, my journey with podcasting, well, the origin of podcasting for me started with music, right? Because I was an artist and I was a hip hop artist, and through doing hip hop artistry, and learning the business, right? Because the business is important. I started to realize that the business of being an artist wasn't really where the money was at. And I started saying, you know what, I just want to be able to say how I feel without putting it into words and rhyming schemes and punchlines. I didn't always want to do that. You know what I mean?
You can rap up, Broadway?
Yeah, I got balls. Like seriously, like I really rap.
Hey.
Yo, like for real. And it's funny because about 2016, I had the idea of wanting to do a podcast. And I was like, damn, I want to do a podcast, but how do you start? Like I was watching podcasts, listening to podcasts. I was like, how do you start? And through the grace of God, I was, again, in music, my mentality was always use what you have. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the grand production. Just use what you have. So I mean, being on Instagram, I just said I had a song called "Can't Decide," and that song called "Can't Decide" was about a situation that I had with a woman, and she liked me and I liked her, but she was dealing with her dude, and her dude at the time was locked up. So she wanted to be with me, and I wanted to be with her, but I couldn't decide on whether or not it was a good situation for me.
Right.
So from that, I said, you know what? Let me jump on Instagram and just, in a way of doing promo, talk about different songs. And when I got to that song, it was the longest conversation ever.
Yeah.
Because we are a relationship-based podcast. So I'm showing you the origin of how Live on Broadway podcast came into fruition. It came by way of being on Instagram Live, hence the live. My name is Broadway. It's a podcast. It's all right there. It's just the origin is all right there. You can't make it up. So being true to the content and being true to the origin of it, we started on Instagram, and we did the whole first season on Instagram. And from there, it was like, you know what? Let me de-sort what I was doing. He was like, yo, come up to the studio and do that thing you be doing on live. He didn't know what it was. I didn't really know what it was. I knew it was Live on Broadway.
Right.
And I started on a Monday. The original concept of it was we started on a Monday. So from the origin of it, we always stayed on Mondays. So even today, we drop the podcast. We do the podcast live on Mondays.
That's what's up. So for the people who have not listened to your show or didn't catch the episode that I was in, it originated on Instagram. You started working with Damien, aka DWI, who's definitely going to be on my podcast very soon. So tune in, guys, because you'll definitely meet Damien. He's a business owner.
Dude.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He's a business owner. He owns studios. Like I said, he works with us on What New York Sounds Like, Clubhouse. All right, so you're working with Damien now, and your podcast has moved. So was it during the pandemic that you started it on Instagram, or this was way ahead?
Wait. We started. So my project dropped. I wanted to do a podcast in 2016, 2017. The project dropped. I started doing the podcast about November 2017. Yeah, November 17th. November 2017, we started doing it, but it wasn't a full-out production until about maybe summer of 2018.
Yeah,
that's when we went. Yeah.
It's a lot of growth. And guys, it is a full-on production. Cameras, a camera person, multiple angles, a board with different sounds. Like Broadway is just awesome and great. And I remember when I was starting my podcast, and Broadway's like, don't even worry about having everything. Just put something out. And I didn't get everything overnight. And little by little, you're going to get your stuff. And he was so nice as to send me a whole list of things that he has. And, definitely that's definitely going to help me with mine. But enough about me. This is about you, Broadway.
But hold on. One thing I want to say about you, though, Ange, right, is you know what you want to do. And you always knew what you wanted to do. Right. Even our earlier conversations, you always knew what you wanted to do. So I thought that was really dope. And plus the podcast community, unlike rap music, it's a very sharing and how can I help you and what do you need? And I've gotten the same energy. So you're so right. It's like, I think every industry has that, crabs in a bucket mentality to a certain degree. But I think that in starting this podcasting, I was very blessed to connect with y'all like I did on Clubhouse, and also have my peoples over at What's the Number TV, and kind of just all of y'all, you know what I'm saying? Because not everybody, and then of course, shout out to Maya the Bee, but everybody collectively, gave me some pointers and some advice, and so sometimes, it's great to hang out with other people that are doing things that you want to do. Like I always knew I wanted to do podcasting. I always say that Angie Martinez, I grew up idolizing her. I don't use the word idol anymore because I'm older, but watching Angie Martinez, I always you could watch it from a distance.
Exactly. I always wanted to be the one talking to the rappers. I always like, I would look at her and she'd be interviewing and talking to the rappers and asking them questions about their albums and, being able to just like, and I was like, I want to do that. So it's like, I always wanted to, because I love people. I love talking to people and I love talking to interesting people, podcasters, artists, rappers, creators, business owners. And now I get to live my dream on my terms and do what I always wanted to do and have conversations like what I'm doing with you now. I'm talking to the rapper, podcaster, you know?
I'll still be writing bars. I just won't ever release them. In my heart, I'll be like, yo, man, you did what? I'll be wanting to give. But anyway, I digress.
Yo, listen, when I was younger, I used to do a little bit of rhyming too, but like just playing around. One day we gotta do just some back and forth or something like that.
That'll be dope, yo. I'm here for it.
Definitely. Okay. So for the people who haven't heard Broadway's podcast, tell the audience a little bit about what to expect. Now, before we go into the new deal, they can catch it right now on YouTube, Anchor, Spotify, and also they could catch it on Apple Podcast. And it's also simultaneously recorded on Instagram and Clubhouse. So tell us a little bit about how you come up with your topics and what kind of things you like to talk about.
I'll be honest with you. I like talking about the things we like, the things we have conversations about in the barbershop, the things women have conversations when they're having girl talk. I find the topics by way of watching movies and just sitting around and having guy talk. You know what I mean? And sometimes I'll remix it to make it a bit spicy or make it it's like I just put it in the pot, I stir the pot, and I step back. And I just watch. But that's pretty much the essence of it, right? We talk about relationships, and we don't only talk about it from men and what men need and what men want. We talk about what women need, what women want. We talk about it's all inclusive. I do a lot of business with the LGBTQ plus community. So we talk about that, right? It's all inclusive. Like we don't shun away. We don't run away from any topic. Like everybody we're very inclusive, and we understand that at the bottom line of it, nobody wants to die alone. We want to ultimately, God willing, find that person that can make us happy and spend the rest of our lives with. Even on our journey of being toxic and being outside and for the streets.
Definitely. Yes. And we definitely have some hot topics we're going to talk about later that are relationship based. I kind of tailored them, knowing how your podcast is. I tailored them to definitely talking to you about that stuff. Now, okay. So Broadway has how many seasons out?
We on season 4. We just finished season 4. Last episode 444 with you. Yeah.
All right. Yep. So now let's move on. Now we have season 5. Congratulations. Broadway has signed a brand new deal for his podcast for season 5. If I had the little board with the applause, I would definitely press that button. Congratulations.
I got you.
That's what's up, Broadway. Congrats. I'm so proud of you. Tell me a little bit about this. Well, tell us a little bit about this deal and, how it, just everything you want us to know about this new deal.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to hold you. I feel like a lot of times, if we're going to have an honest moment, Ange, I feel like a lot of times people, when you watch the media, when you watch certain things happening outside, you'll be like, yo, why is that? Why do we know so much? But it's good that we learn the information that we learn by way of watching other people and their debacles and their situations, because our situation, I guess there's something I'm supposed to say, but I don't want to say what I'm supposed. I don't want to say the politically correct shit.
Right.
I want to be honest, right?
Be honest.
And our situation, the deal that you're talking about, we had 3 deals on the table.
Okay.
Right? we had 3 deals on the table, 3 things on the table. Shout out to Mano, shout out to everything they doing over there. With Kitchen Talking, whatever have you. We had to walk away from that deal, right?
Okay.
It wasn't the right deal. We had another situation with I don't even want to speak about them because the deal that you're talking about ended up getting dissolved, right? So we didn't do the deal. You know what I mean? We thought that we were gonna do the deal. Everything looked good, but the numbers wasn't adding up. You know what I mean? What the risk versus reward, what they was asking for versus what we were willing to offer, it wasn't adding up. You know what I mean? So we actually put in a call. It wasn't too late, and we still got another deal with another company that we working with. So everything is still going according to plans. LOBP, we still gonna be outside, but and we still gonna be on Amazon. We still gonna be on Roku. We still gonna be on all those dope platforms. But sometimes you gotta respect yourself, and you gotta respect your business. You gotta know your worth as a podcaster or entity in its own. You gotta know what you are and what you represent. And sometimes when you don't, when you know, a lot of people don't. What they don't do is they don't know their worth. So when you don't know your worth, you're susceptible to take anything because you don't know how much you're valued as. You know what I mean? So for us, you know, collectively, we sat down and we like, nah, that don't make any sense. Nah, you want what? And you offering what?
Right.
I don't know about that. And, you know, again, I don't have, you know, we tried to make it work. We thought it was going to make it work. And the pieces wasn't connecting.
The math wasn't mathing.
It wasn't mathing, right? They you know, they good dudes over there, whatever. But I personally wouldn't do business with that. Not being where I'm at in the game.
Right. And you know, it's good that you speak about these things because I'm sure there are so many people in the industry that have gotten taken advantage of and signed deals that were, you know, not conducive to themselves. If you can give any new small content creator or podcaster advice, how not to get taken advantage of, what would you say?
I know this is going to sound so cliche, but believe in yourself and bet on yourself.
Absolutely.
Believe in yourself and bet on yourself because one thing for certain, 2 things for sure, when it all boils down to it, you got to look yourself in the mirror. And it's like most relationships, right? Normally, if it start off kind of crazy, it's going to go kind of crazy. But if it starts off on the right, with the right energy, with the right respect, with the right appreciation for what it is that you're doing and they're valuing you for what it is that you're doing, then it'll follow the same suit. You understand what I'm saying? Like a lot of times what happens is, and all my knowledge comes from being in relationships, right? All of them, I'm telling you. A lot of times people get into a relationship and they'll be like, oh, you changed. No, he didn't change. She didn't change. They've always been the same person. And this is what that situation would have been. Right? So you got to feel it in your gut and you got to move from your gut. And you got to say, I don't like the way you're talking to me. I don't, you know, personal feelings aside, I don't like, you know, the things that I'm bringing to the table, you giving me hard no's on. And why is that a hard no when it should be a negotiation?
Right. So it's like it's definitely like watch out for the red flags. Make sure you read your contract and paperwork, understand the stuff, give it to someone who understands it, and go and what you were saying, you know, go by your gut. Make sure you go somewhere, I would say, that you're valued and respected and you're going to be paid what you're worth, you know, and I would say, and listen, I'm literally just starting, but I would say go where you're valued and don't take the first thing that comes to you, because then go ahead.
No, I was just going to say really quickly, too, it's not about the front end. It's about the back end.
Right.
The front end is fluff. The front end, if I give you, if I give you 20 bands, if I give you 100 bands, that's just the front. That the back end is where that bread is at.
Right.
Watch that back end, because a lot of times these people, they be willing to give you a large sum of money up front. But when you be looking at the back end, you be like, nah, but y'all really getting it on the back end. No, what's happening right now?
Yeah, exactly. You're right about that. They make it look nice and pretty with what they front to you. and all the residual money is coming in on the back end.
It's coming back because of the ownership. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And I would say that's another thing. Don't sign away your IP. That's your intellectual property. That's yours. It belongs to you. Nobody, not anybody, nobody that's creating, anybody that's not creating your content, that content belongs to you. No one else. Whether you're a rapper, a podcaster, any type of creator, that content belongs to you. It doesn't belong to anybody. You know what I mean? And you know, eventually, you know, they say your first deal is always questionable. Always your first deal is always questionable, and I'm fine with that as long as I felt right in it. I'm fine with as long as I felt right, in the respect, and I felt like the value was right. Then I'm fine with it. But when I have feelings on it and you moving, it's like, nah, this don't feel right.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's part of your journey. So it's like, you know, as long as you can learn from your situations, and then your next time that you sign something, you know, you think about these things. And this is Jules from Broadway. So if anybody is like a new content creator, a small content creator just starting out, or you could be a veteran, you know, this is advice that you could take coming from somebody who's been there and, you know, is living it right now. So let me ask you a question, Broadway. You mentioned you used to be an artist, a rapper. Would you consider ghostwriting for other artists or managing artists, having them under your umbrella, or you're just done with music and you're into broadcasting now?
Not ghostwriting, but more so consulting, right?
Oh, okay.
More so, I would like to consult because I know the red flags. I know what it's like to write a song, have it going crazy, and have somebody take it and give it to another artist, and working with artists and having them not appreciating the worth and value of me saying, yo, do this and do that, and I just know a lot, and I've been I've worked with a lot of artists. I've sat in a lot of sessions, and I've been there. So I think consulting may be something I wouldn't be afraid of. You know,
that's dope. You know, so any new artists, you know, holla at Broadway. Actually, let me put up I have your Instagram here. I'm gonna actually put that up. So you guys got his YouTube. Give me one moment. This is his Instagram right here. Y'all can hit him up if you're looking. You know, he could do some image consulting or just some consulting, period, because he got the experience.
Listen, man,
how did you get into music?
I've always done music though. Like I've done music longer than I've done podcasting. You know, so I got music. Like I just got a royalty check probably like 2-3 days ago. That's going clear in a couple. So I'm still getting paid for music. You know what I mean? So I've always done music, and I've gotten into music because my cousin thought he was nice as a kid, and I used to talk to myself as a kid. Okay. But the way I used to talk to myself, it used to rhyme, but I didn't know rhyming was a thing. And then I went around his block, and everybody was like, yo, go ahead, yo, rap, yo. And then was rapping. I was like, yo, I be doing that. It don't sound like his do, but I be doing that. And then I fine-tuned it a little bit. And then after probably about 8, 9, 10 sessions of ciphers of people doing that, I was like, yo, hold up, I got something to say. And then you know what I mean? And then they was like, yo, I didn't even know. And then, you know, that was just like the dope in the vein. Once you see people start tapping in with your music.
Now, growing up, who would you say like your like, who is your inspirations as far as rappers are concerned, or musical artists? Who would you say that your style is most like? Are you more like a Black Thought, a Raekwon? Are you more like a Busta, like hype, bouncy? Like, what's your style?
I would say it depends on the era, right? Because when the eras change, my music changed. Right. So for me being young, I always liked Styles. Styles was my favorite out the locks. So I was trying to say something that was, Styles was my favorite. I'm gonna give you the origin. It was Prodigy, right? And then it became Styles P, right? and then it became I really like Siegel. So I'm showing you the type of
Dope.
artist I was
Right.
in the development of my artistry, right? And then from Styles and Siegel, I think it became Jeezy. I like Jeezy.
He's dope.
And as of my last favorite artist that I really was tapped in with, and even to this day, is Gates, Kevin Gates. Like
Okay.
those are my guys. You know, so if I had to say what type of artist and how my music sound, it sounds like, yo, can I rap? Can I rap? Can I rap on this? Can I do that?
Go ahead.
All right, so it would sound something like before the tops came down, chicks tops came down. We was in a small town buying the more rounds. We was renting one room and knocking them more down. Now we 50 up and we burning the more down. Back and forth on the freeway, trying to find a freeway. You said you get it cheap with it went in the Ben B way. If I ain't pull up on you and trying to picture three-way, could take it for 24, but the pickup is on B way. Time sound different when you having fun. I heard love feel different when you have a son. So I'm looking for a better way. Right and wrongs never pay. In the club off the perk, mirror, it don't notice me. Papa never noticed me. I got some shit. I don't know. It's been a while.
Freestyle too. I was gonna ask you to freestyle, but you know how some people be like, I'm retired and they don't want to freestyle. Yeah. That was lit, Broadway.
Yeah, it's been a little while. It's been a little minute, so I might be a little rusty, but the bars still the same.
I was in the town, and then tops down, and then
listen, man. It's always a good time, and yeah, man. But long story less long, my music always sound like my current situation. It always sound remnants of that. You know what I'm saying? Because and it got to be real, you know.
Absolutely. And, you know, us being from the East Coast, being from NYC, we just got that certain style of, you know, that swag and just how we rhyme, how we put words together. And just, you know, growing up, seeing the people, you know, Cool G Rap and Styles and Prodigy and the Locks and DMX, like, you know, that was the era where you actually had to have talent to get signed. You couldn't just sign yourself and put your joint out there and be like, accept it. The labels had a, you know, the A&Rs had to find you, or you had to stalk the labels and really just, you know, get out there. And I think that caused people to really work on their craft and perfect it. So you come from that era. So that's why now when you spitting, you have bars. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, but yeah, and then I agree with you on the Jeezy pick, because I could say Jeezy's probably my favorite Southern rapper.
Right. Exactly.
Word. So let's talk about Clubhouse a little bit, because that's the platform where I feel like I know you the most. Because we're always on Clubhouse together and stuff like that. How did you get into Clubhouse? And tell me a little bit about what you feel about that platform and how it helped your podcast, and where you see your like what kind of things you see for yourself in 2022 on Clubhouse.
All right, so I got into Clubhouse by way of respectfully one of our giants, Vanna Oshun. Shout out to Vanna. You know, she always was coming up to the pod, and she was always like, you know, I keep my finger on the post. And with that being said, you know, she was like, yo, B-Way, we was talking about something. And she was like, yeah, because on Clubhouse. I was like, Clubhouse, what is that? She was like, and this is what we in 2022, 21. This is back in 2020, right? So about October of 2020, she like, yo, yeah, Clubhouse. I'm like, Clubhouse, what is that? She like, oh, you don't know what Clubhouse is? And I hated that she was trying to sun me. And
because it was exclusive then.
Yeah, and I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I felt like something was going on with the world, and I knew it.
Missing out.
I knew I was missing something, but I didn't know what it was. And because, you know, when things be too quiet, when things be too quiet, you be like, wait, something going on. Yep. I don't know what it is. So she was like, yo, yeah, Clubhouse this, Clubhouse that. And every other time I spoke to her on the phone, she's like, Clubhouse. I'm like, yo, what is Clubhouse? So she sent me the link. I said, yo, send me the link. She sent me the link, and I let it sit there for about a week. So I get on the phone with her again. She kept talking about Clubhouse. So I said, all right. So I'm setting up an account. I'm doing it because she sent me the invite. Then I'm looking and I'm reading these rooms. There was a lot of people from LA and just people that wasn't from New York.
Yeah.
And I was sitting around like it was good conversations, but you know, for me, that you know, Instagram is heavily baked into Live on Broadway podcast. It's heavily baked into that. So
Right.
for me, I'm always thinking ahead and I'm trying to create. So I'm like, if this conversation is good, and a lot of people are talking about, is it the death of a podcast? And I'm like, no, but it could be an addition to a podcast.
Right.
So let me add it to the podcast. And I believe that we are the only, I believe in my heart of hearts. I don't hear, and I listen to a lot of popular podcasts, and I listen to a lot of underground podcasts. I don't see no other podcast incorporating Clubhouse and Instagram and making Instagram talk to Clubhouse, Clubhouse talk to Instagram. They all hear me. They're all live. Like you would think they're in the room with us.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And if you guys want to see how that all unfolds, go on Live on Broadway podcast YouTube, because he has everything in there. So you get to see the people in the room. He's on Instagram Live. He's broadcasting, and he has Clubhouse on at the same time. So he integrates all three. And now with this new deal, you know, he's going to be in so many more platforms. So that's what's up. And I definitely, you know, and also check us out on What New York Sounds Like. That Clubhouse, we do rooms there. Live on Broadway podcast Clubhouse. I'm about to start doing rooms on the Angie's World Clubhouse. So we're going to do some topics there. And we definitely, you know, sign up for Clubhouse, because you don't need an invite now. Anybody can sign up and check us out, because you'll definitely see us there in Clubhouse chopping it up. So
always a good time.
Before we get into the games, because I'm not going to keep you here all night, Broadway. Before we get into these games that I want to play, tell me what you're excited for in 2022. What is planned for Broadway in 2022?
To be honest with you, I'm excited about this new deal we dotting I's and crossing T's with right now. I'm excited about Amazon. You know, I like what they're doing with their platform. I like how, you know, excuse me. I like how you can be wherever you are. And if, let's say, you want to watch the podcast without any interruptions, right? Without the YouTube, you know, ads coming up, it's almost like you get a chance to listen to the music, because when we play in the podcast, if you listen to the actual podcast, it'd be music in the background.
Right.
It'd be music, and you can't hear it because of YouTube. So we gotta censor that part out. Otherwise, we'll get flagged for copyrights, right? So it's more. You feel like, sure, you could throw on YouTube. A movie could be on YouTube, and a movie could be on Netflix. You might want to watch it on Netflix because you're already there. You know what I mean? So it's making it more convenient, more accessible to the people. A lot of people have Roku, you know, so we want to be in the spaces that you love to live in already. We want to make it very easy for people. Some people don't have YouTube. Some old people only got Netflix. You know what I'm saying? They only have Amazon. They got Amazon because they order things all the time.
Right.
So I'm excited about, you know, being able to be on
accessible.
Accessible. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about, you know, doing more live shows, you know, because there's a live component to our podcast, and actually bringing people to the club and actually having a podcast and talking with them and watching that energy in the room, because it's live. I don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
So when you watch that, I'm there for the show just as much as you guys coming to the show. I'll be like, wait, who's that? Oh, all right. Yo, pass her a mic. And pass him a mic, because I need them two to be next to each other, and I need to stir the pot.
Absolutely. I can't wait, because I'm coming. I'm going to be right there like, what?
you know. And if you're in the New York tri-state area, I'm just gonna say this: I'm working on something for the first quarter of the year. So a live event that I think would reign supreme and be a good benchmark, to a good way to raise the bar for 2022. You know, I think that's important. Start the year off with a bang.
I'm so proud of you, Broadway. I'm so excited for
Oh,
you. I cannot wait to see all of the awesome things that you have unfolding. Before we end the show, we're going to play some games, but I'm going to plug you in again. He's IM_Broadway on Instagram. Live on Broadway podcast is the YouTube. He got his new season of his podcast coming out. Let's say people, season five. Let's say people just, they're interested in hearing some of your old music because they heard, hear that you rap. Could they find it on Spotify or Apple, or you want them to just hit you up in the DM?
Yeah. I mean, listen, it's in your phone already, right? You just gotta type it in. Last project I did was with my guy M City called Trump Era, called the Trump Era, and I got a project out called The Air Is Thin Now, Lucid Dreams 2. So yeah, Apple Music, Spotify is right there in your phone right now.
Absolutely. So check Broadway out there. And what's your artist name, Broadway?
Broadway the Giant. Everything's concurrent. Yep.
Broadway the Giant. Check him out. His music too, and tap in with that. So Broadway, I wanted to cover some.
You're good, Ange. You're good. We gotta give Ange a round because y'all don't be knowing the things I be seeing, but you're good, Ange. You're good.
Thank you, Broadway. That means a lot coming from you. And I just want to say, in all seriousness, thank you for always empowering me, uplifting me, encouraging me from day one, always supporting me. I'm a smaller content creator. I'm literally just building, from the ground up. So I appreciate all of the, veterans and people who are ahead of me and larger content creators that support me. I can't thank you guys enough for all the support, and definitely anything that you guys need, I'm always there. So I had to get that out the way. So, all right. So here's some hot topics that I wanted to talk to you about. Tristan Thompson is the dad. Give me your thoughts, please, on every trimester Tristan. He is hot in the news right now.
Tristan is toxic, just all the way. But again, you can't really blame Tristan without Chloe taking him back. So it's almost like she again, accountability. I'll keep it on Christian, right? Because he's doing a lot, right? But he wouldn't be able to do a lot if it wouldn't be a thing as much if Chloe didn't take him back. But I think when it comes to, am I answering the question? Am I in the
market?
All right.
You're giving me, you're giving me your opinion on this whole saga that's going on.
I feel like without a significant other there, without a Kardashian there, it doesn't hit the same. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's a mess. He shouldn't be fathering. Well, how many kids Tristan Thompson?
Well, this is going to be his third. He has one with his first baby mom, and he left her to be with Chloe. Then he has the baby with Chloe, and now when he was so-called trying to make the relationship work, he had this other baby that just was born. So
well, see, it comes full circle because I said this earlier, right? Most likely in relationships, the way it starts is how it will end. Like, you got bad work. He was bad work from the beginning. He left this chick to be with you. Why would you want somebody to do that? Would you feeling like you're a prize? Are you feeling empowered by that? Are you feeling like you know what I'm saying? Like, what's happening right now? So yeah, Tristan's a dub, man. Black men don't cheat, and Tristan Thomas isn't black. We are.
I feel, as a woman and stuff like that, I'm gonna throw her the raft, the lifesaver, because in her defense, she did say that, because a lot of people are like, well, you get them how you lose them, or you lose them how you get them. He was with someone when Chloe got with him, so the same things happening to her. In her defense, she did say that they weren't together when she met Tristan. We don't know that, but that's what she says. So
she said that they wasn't together.
That Tristan and the first baby mom was not together when Chloe met Tristan. Because a lot of people are saying that karma is coming back to Chloe now, because when she got with Tristan, allegedly he was in a relationship with the first baby mom, because that's what she was running around saying. The first baby mom was like, he left me while I was pregnant for Chloe, but Chloe is like, you guys weren't even together. And unfortunately, there are a lot of couples that the woman is expecting a baby, and before the baby's born, they're broken up, you know? So that was supposedly that situation. So taking Chloe's word for it, let's just say she didn't take Tristan from the first baby mom. Let's just say she just got with him organically. Then no, you know, I wouldn't say that this is karma. What I would say is that she is just trying to make it work for her daughter, I guess, so her daughter can have both parents. But at this point, where do you draw the line between loyalty and stupidity? You understand what I'm saying?
When you say loyalty, you saying loyalty to yourself?
No, like loyalty to, like, you know, like keeping the family together. I want my daughter to have, you know, both parents. I want to do it for the kids. I'm going to stay loyal in this marriage, or I'm sorry, I'm going to stay loyal in this relationship because he's apologized, sent me flowers, did everything. Because he messed up that first time with Jordan Woods, which was Kylie's best friend. You know, if you remember that.
You know what too though, Ange? A lot of times people won't get married, but they'll have a baby by somebody. That be leaving me a little confused sometimes, because a baby lasts longer than a marriage. So why would you could get a divorce and have it annulled or whatever the case may be there and be okay, but the baby it lasts longer. So go get married for all that, and if they mess up, then that's a testament that you don't need to have a kid with them.
Absolutely. You're so right with that. Why jump right in and try to, it was a lot. I think Chloe was just being pressured by her family to have a baby and I just think she just was feeling like she was getting too old because she's in her late 30s and she probably just wanted to do it. I don't know. And then I also heard, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to give a hot take real quick. Are any of the women of the Kardashians with the father of the kids?
Unfortunately, I don't think so. Because we're gonna get into Kim and Kanye next.
So if I'm reading the room right, why would none of y'all, none of y'all,
except Kylie and Travis are together. She's having another baby with Travis, FYI. She's pregnant right now, and they are together. But remember, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say really quick. So then they break up though, and then they got back together.
Yeah.
I digress.
I get what you're saying. That is a little bit. So is it like
maybe the baby? Maybe they already had the baby. Then they start announcing that they was back together in a very early. Again, I'm just hot take.
Speculating. Yeah. FYI, we're speculating on the lives of public figures, and that's what they are. They're public figures, so that gives us the right to be able to speculate on their life because they're public figures. So that's what we're doing. We have no inside information. We are just speculating on public figures. But yes, they were broken up after the first child, and now Kylie is pregnant again, and they announced that they're back together. But what someone did tell me that Chloe said during the show, because I didn't watch the last season, supposedly Chloe had a conversation with Tristan and said, we don't even need to be together. I want another kid, and I want True to have a sibling with the same mother and father. The person told me that Chloe and Tristan had that conversation on the show, that she wanted to have another kid with the same dad.
That sounds like something a Kardashian would say.
I actually did say that because I saw the 19th season, not the 20th. They let go of the show after the 20th. And the way they left the 19th season off was Tristan was trying to get back with her, and she was talking to her sisters, entertaining the idea of having another baby, but not taking him back. So I don't know if that's like rich people stuff, but
I bet I put whatever money on it. She said that.
Yeah.
She said that. It sounds like something a Kardashian would say.
We wish them a lot of luck. Chloe, I don't know.
Kind of selfish, though.
Yeah, I know. And then Lamar, he inserted himself in there, and he said, Chloe deserves better.
That whole thing back.
You know what it is? I do think that Lamar really loved Chloe, but I think his addictions and all of that kind of stuff that he was dealing with is not making him a good candidate to have a relationship with Chloe, because it's just too much drama. It's too much, relapsing in and out of rehabs, like the same kind of thing that Courtney was going through with Scott. And I think it's just too much for Chloe, but I hope she finds somebody that, I hope she realizes her worth and she finds somebody that really is going to treat her right and not play games and cheat on her and stuff. I just feel bad. I'm coming from a woman's perspective.
Yeah. I get that. You know what, too, to dovetail that with, I believe that if you keep going after the same type of man, ball player, not the sharpest tool in the shed, but maybe you should try, you know what I'm saying? A different type of dude, a lawyer, a doctor, somebody with a PhD.
Right. Yeah, I think, she might have to get out of the NBA and move on to something else. So that brings me into
NHL, something.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if the football players are doing that much better. Antonio Brown been in the limelight. He's running off the court. The coaches. That's another conversation. Are you aware of what's happening with that?
I saw it, but when we're on our downtime from podcasting, I'll be trying to tune out because my lady will be like, "What are you doing?" I'll be like, "Nothing." And then I'll be looking again, but I'll be trying to zone out. But anyway.
Shout out to Broadway's lady too. Okay, so the next hot topic that's going on, because the Kardashians can't stay out of the news. Kanye West is living his best life. He's dating that actress. Have you seen her? Julia something?
I know all about this. Listen. Kanye, I love him when he's doing his music, but he got to stop with the trolling and the clout chasing. I feel like he's doing this because he really want to be with Kim,
right?
And he's trying to be photographed with. Kanye West is being photographed with these women intentionally. This is not by accident. The chick that was walking out the club with him, she was walking around doing her hair, looking like she was trying to pose for the camera. Click. You know what I mean? She was trying to catch her angles, and I'm like, Kanye, stick to Sunday service, bro.
Right. Just lay low, because Kim seems unbothered. Isn't she in the Bahamas with Pete, whatever his name is? I forgot the guy.
Pete Davis.
Yes.
And he's a cornball, Pete Davis. I'm sorry. Pete Davis is a cornball. He has no coof with him. But again, maybe coming from Kanye, like Ciara coming from Future, maybe you need the Russell Wilson, the corny dude. Maybe because the corny dudes be let me tell you, and this goes out to all you corny dudes, right? I see what y'all doing. Y'all are reading the room, and when cool niggas get done with the lady, you'll slide in there, try to make them laugh, and be doing the BS. Oh, I got a whole topic to talk about this. You corny dudes, y'all will stay in the cut. Let me tell you, Ann, can I have a moment? Just a moment. Listen. This is what corny dudes do, right? A corny dude will sit on the gram and watch your relationship. And watch it all the way through until the relationship is over, and then they start trying to come with some type of con words like, hey, oh wait, she still got pictures of him up there? Oh wait, she took the pictures down?
Yep.
Oh, I'm sliding in there. Hey sis, can we do lunch sometime? They don't even go for the dinner. They just go for the lunch.
I know.
So anyway, I digress, but Kanye, ladies, don't stop your greatness. I get it. You need a little break from the cool. But Pete Davis, shout out to Kanye buying the house across the street from Kim. So that when Pete Davis acts up, what Uncle Murder said, Kanye might run across the street, punch Pete David in the face. I'm just BSing with you guys.
I'm not even going to front, though. I'm going to talk about it on the female's perspective. Yeah, Pete Davidson. He seems like he could be a little corny, but I think he was in an issue with Machine Gun Kelly. I don't know if it was Playgirl. I don't know if it was they were named the sexiest men alive in some sort of publication, and supposedly they was in their drawers. And
Calvin Klein ad. It was
packing. So I don't know. Kim might be having a good time.
He might be having a good time. She might be having a good time. Hey, you know what, Ange? I feel like she just needs a break right now. She needs a break from the egotistic. Sometimes you need that break, and I'll shoot her bell there. And understand? Hey, listen, there's nothing wrong with needing a timeout and staying away from what it is that you've grown so used to being around. The only thing is, I just hope that Pete Davis, if I'm being mature about it, doesn't get hurt, because if he really starts liking a girl and she is only there on a rebound type of situation,
right?
And again, what's her name? Kris Kardashian, the mother,
Kris Jenner.
Kris Jenner. She's the mother of media. So she might be saying it might just be time for you to, be photographed with another man. Nothing anybody would take you serious to be with,
right?
But just something,
right?
A placeholder.
And she be in Staten Island heavy because my family lives in Staten Island, and my aunt was telling me that her and Pete were just at a restaurant the other day in Staten Island. So she be out here heavy with him. Yeah, she be in Staten Island. I think it was Joe Button was saying on his podcast, I think it was Joe, that Kanye about to buy a house in Staten Island.
Yo, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, he did say. Hey, Pete Davis' new name should be placeholder.
I'm
just gonna replace Pete Davis with placeholder. His name is placeholder. So I don't think she really is in. I think she's only with placeholder so that they can be photographed. Right. And she doesn't look like Kanye, like she's not out here with this guy, that guy, this guy.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that. They don't think the relationship is real or it's gonna last. Well, shout out to Kim and Kanye. Good luck with that. So the last hot topic before we do our red flag and deal breaker game, and then I'll let you get out of here.
I love it.
Okay, so I don't know if you saw this, but Jim Jones, he was on the Angela Yee Lip Service podcast recently. Today, I think it was. And he was telling them on the podcast that his mom taught him how to tongue kiss by demonstrating it with him. Did you see that?
I saw the clip. I ain't watched the whole thing, but that just made me sick to my stomach.
Because they were saying, because he's like, oh, my mom taught me how to kiss. So Angela Yee was like, oh, well, what did she tell you? And, they were like asking him to describe what the mom said. And he's like, no, she showed me, like actually kissed me. And he said that, and, I can tell that Angela Yee and Stephanie Santiago, they were trying so hard not to be judgmental, because Stephanie goes, oh, I love that. And Angela Yee just had this smile. She's like, oh, well, my parents barely kissed me on my cheek, but, give
comedic relief.
Right. But he said that. And now I just saw in the Shade Room that he's double backing, saying that, he's trying to say like he was joking. But I clearly heard him say that his mom demonstrated by kissing, and that she had him when she was 17. So it was like they grew up kind of together, like a sibling would. That's exactly what he said on the clip. I could play it right here. But
wow,
what do you think about that whole thing? Do you think I just think it's strange, but the way he was so conversational talking about it, like it was normal. I'm trying not to come from a judgmental point of view, but I never knew that was something that people do. Like, tell me your thoughts on that.
All right. So to understand my thoughts, my first kiss was with it was with this chick named Nikki, right? Every woman out there, if your name is Nikki, I look at you some sort of way, right? I don't care how you spell it, how fancy you get with the spelling. If your name is Nikki, I'll judge you because you hurt me, Nikki. No, so poor little Broadway. No, so I believe that that's something sometimes you just got to learn on your own, like driving. You know what I mean? You got to learn that by yourself. You can't have your parents always sit there and sit on their lap and show you how to drive, right? With kissing, I think that that's, you know, Jim is Jim. He's very honest, transparent. I didn't see it. I read a clip, but I do believe he might have been telling the truth, but because he's seeing the backlash that's coming with it, and shout out to Mama Jones, you know,
Shout out, yeah.
and they just sound like they always keep a very honest and transparent, just the way Mama Jones is, you know what I'm saying? Just the way Jim is. They always, if they feel it, they're gonna say it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that that's cool though, you know. But again, unfortunately, this is what happens. Everybody's household. We think as kids, we think our household is everybody's household is just like our household,
right?
Until we go to someone else's household, yes. And then we be like, wait, y'all don't do it like we do it in my household. So as a kid, unfortunately, not knowing if it was a single parent home or they had both parents, he probably thought that that was normal, or maybe. And I hate to say this, but it's like right there. I'm just going to tap the ball in the hoop. Maybe Mama Jones had that experience and she thought that that was okay.
Could be.
Maybe,
absolutely.
You know, a therapist would say that the traumas that we pass on to our kids unconsciously are the traumas that we experience ourselves, but we aren't conscious of it. We think that it's normal. So,
right.
Yeah.
And now he's, you know, he's like you said, I think the backlash was just like people were just like, whoa, you know, and now he's saying like he was joking, and whether he was joking or not, it still opens up a conversation of is that appropriate or not, and what people do in their house. And it's so true, because I never noticed, like, you know, how different people were until I went to a friend's house one day, and it was actually my homegirl. It was her boyfriend's house at the time. And we were in the room chilling, and the mom just came in topless. Literally, just topless, boobs hanging, having a full conversation with the three of us, and walked
like
out.
It was regular.
Right.
Girl,
and they just talking to her like it was regular. I think she might have been naked, or maybe it was topless, but I know I saw it was one of those. So again, you never know what people are dealing with in their households, but I just wanted to cover that topic with you because
I got one more thing to say on that though, right, Quinn? I think you know, from a male artist perspective, right? I shoot him bell, and he's a rapper though. Like, I don't expect much out of rappers, respectfully. I'm not saying it just is what you're a rapper, right? And depending on the type of rapper you are, makes me give you more of a line to hang yourself with, right? Depending on the type of rapper you are. So he's a rapper, you know, he might be business savvy, but he might not be media trained in certain ways and knowing certain things you shouldn't just be saying.
Telling everybody.
Everybody. So he's a rapper. I shoot him a little bell. He probably didn't know no better. It is what it is.
Or it could have just been like maybe that messed him up and he wanted to tell us subconsciously and he just told everybody. I don't know. My mind just goes in different places, but
they say the truth. They say the truth weighs on you and eventually it got to come out.
Right. So, you know, shout out to Jim, and Mama Jones is cool too. You know, I don't know her personally, but she's real entertaining. And, you know,
let me tell you my story about Mama Jones. Mama Jones is a sweetheart, right? All in good fun. We went to this party together, me and Dee, ran into Mama Jones, and she was flirting with me all night. I was flirting with Mama Jones, or just all fun. Don't take that out of context. It was all fun. It was, oh, I like your sweater. Oh, I like your taste. It was just all fun banter. But she's I like Mama Jones, good person.
Yeah, actually, I think I met her one time when I used to work in the clubs. She came for somebody's birthday party, but we didn't have like it wasn't like a long time that we had a conversation. It was just, you know, we were at the same party in the same section, and you know, I introduced myself. Yeah, she was extremely nice. Yeah,
extremely nice.
Shout out to Mama Jones. So that's it for the hot topics. I didn't want to put too many.
That was dope.
Thanks.
I like it.
We just got this little game that I play with the guests that come, and it's called Red Flag or Deal Breaker. So I'm going to give you a scenario. After you hear the
Hold
scenario.
Meek. All right, come with me.
So it's going to be red flag, deal breaker, or love it. You ready, Broadway? Just a few questions.
Babe, put your headphones on. No, just playing. No, come on, let's go.
All right. So, this is presuming, you're single and you're not in a relationship. This is just presuming that. But shout out to Broadway's lady. All right. So, you're dating someone, right? She looks like your dream girl. You guys, she's beautiful from head to toe. She looks like your lady, but you're pretending that you don't have a lady. This is just, hypothetical.
What girl?
She looks like your dream girl. Okay, you guys are talking and texting for a while. You've been wanting to, take her out. You make reservations at Prime 112, one of these, high class restaurants. Y'all go there. You go on a date. You scooch your chair. Now you're not sitting across from her. You scooch your chair around so you can sit directly next to her. She starts talking, and she got stank breath. What do? Is that a red flag, a deal breaker? Or do you love it? Her breath is
I'm
stank.
showing you what I'm doing. Yo, for real, I would probably go to the bathroom and be like, yo, when I come back, I'll take the chair and I'll scoot further away like I'm fixing it. Like when you're trying to get yourself, and I'll move further away. And then, if I'm being honest, what's the 3 options again?
Red flag, deal breaker, or love it.
I wouldn't say it's a red flag. I would say red flag, deal breaker. I would say it's definitely not a deal breaker. It's probably a red flag, though.
A red flag, okay.
Probably a red flag. I shoot a bell. Sometimes you can't be controlling your breath. You don't know.
And let's say she finished eating and y'all had dessert and everything, and it still stank.
Hey, listen, we going to the store, get some candy, get some mints or something. Who's driving? I'm driving, she driving. Huh?
And a dental appointment, Ma.
Right. You might got some bad teeth in there.
Word. Okay, so you meet a chick, you getting to know her, everything is good, you guys are dating, you go back to her place and you find out that she's a smoker. Is that a red flag, a deal breaker?
Deal breaker.
You love it?
Deal breaker. I'm out of there.
Yo, bro, no.
Yo, for me, I just feel like I'll see in my head. It might not be true, right? But for me, I just see every time you talk, I just feel like smoke is coming off of you. And again, I'm not knocking nobody's hustle, but for me, only thing I smoke is hookah. And again, I gotta respect that same thing. If you didn't like me smoking hookah, it's probably a deal breaker, red flag. It's probably a deal breaker.
Hookah don't stink. Hookah don't stink though.
Yeah, I don't. But people are particular. People are like what they like. So for me, that would be a deal breaker. I wouldn't want to have sex. My joint would probably go limb. You know what I'm saying?
So that's a no-go for Broadway. All right. They lie about food allergies when they order food. Y'all go to a restaurant and they lie when they order food. They lie about food allergies.
What? Well, wait. So they got allergies or something? They still ordering the food?
No, they order the food, but they lie about food allergies. I guess they're picky. And so instead of just saying, I want my food prepared this way, they lie and say they have certain food allergies when y'all go out to restaurants. They're lying about it.
So how do I know they're lying, though?
Because maybe it's somebody that you're dating and she, you know her taste. But when you go to a restaurant and you don't know her to be allergic to cheese, or you don't know her to be allergic to certain things. And then she gets there and she's like, I'm allergic to this. It's like, okay, I didn't know that. How would you feel? Would that be a red flag for you? Would that be a deal breaker? Would you say, well, if you're lying about this, what else you lying about? Or why lie? Or
Nah, before I answer the question, what I would do is I would play it out. I would try to see what other things are you that you're saying you got food allergies to, and I know you just had a whole cheeseburger, but you saying at the restaurant you're allergic to cheese. So I'd
Right.
be like, is that the same for mushrooms? I'll play it out to the distance
Right.
to see how many things you're actually gonna say. And if you keep it up, I would probably say that's a deal breaker for me.
Yeah, because it might be an underlying issue of being a liar that you don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like you don't you ain't got to lie to kick it, Craig. You ain't got to lie. You know what I'm saying? Like we can still go out, we can still have a good time. Like why would you lie about that? Girl,
they don't believe in anniversaries.
We lit. I'm marrying you today. More money from my account. What? No. What's happening? No. Well, see, I believe two things can be true. You don't gotta celebrate it, but if I celebrate it, you should celebrate it for me. You know what I'm saying? So don't steal my thunder. If I believe in Santa Claus and you don't, still bring me my gift on Christmas. You know
Exactly.
So yeah, but I would think red flag, deal breaker, or
love it.
I love it. I would say I love it for that. Shit, she don't celebrate anniversaries. I play my own song. It's your anniversary. I play my own song in my headphones.
I'm dead. All right, so that's a love it for Broadway. They won't take their shirt off during sex. Red flag, deal breaker, or love it.
What's happening? Yo, they won't take their shirt off during sex. I'm gonna do my best to answer this responsibly. I would think that they may be something they're self-conscious about, right? Sometimes women are self-conscious about their body, their weight, maybe a baby's involved, maybe there's a scar, maybe there's some type of trauma from childhood. Maybe there's different things there. So I wouldn't say it's a red flag, and I would say for this one, I probably love it.
Okay.
But the love it is contingent on me learning more. Now, if it's just, you cold, what the fuck, then I'm not doing my job because I gotta heat you up. Like, baby girl, what are we doing?
Baby girl.
Right.
Right.
Again, the same, and that goes for socks too, because there's a lot of you women out here that's wearing socks during sex, and I think is absolutely crazy. No socks
yeah, that does happen. But some
unless
men,
it's a quickie,
they'll take off your socks. Like, you're taking them socks off. So ladies, don't just get pedicures in the summer, get pedicures all year round, and make sure your feet is right when you having your entanglements and connections and you around your man and stuff like that, because men like feet. They like the soft feet. They like to see the feet during sex, everything. So it is no just let me summer season get a pedicure. Where they do that at? No.
Yes, big. Yes.
Just a few more questions. Okay.
I'm here.
The person has to use 4 or more alarms to get up in the morning.
Nah.
The deal breaker. I love it.
Nah. That's a deal breaker. That's a deal breaker. Nah, you can't have 4. You keep interrupting my rest. No. Let's say you just came over. It's your first time sleeping over, and it's you sleeping from a Sunday to a Monday. So you got to work on Monday, and all these alarms keep going off. Oh, hell no. No, that's a deal breaker. That's a deal breaker. Shaquana gotta go. Get her out of here.
Get out of here, shorty. Okay, yeah, that would be extremely annoying. I'm not gonna lie, like I am a person that doesn't like to get up in the morning. So when I'm by myself, I have multiple alarms that get me up in the morning. However, if I'm sleeping, I live dolo. If I'm sleeping by myself, it's fine because it's just waking me up. Now, if I'm sleeping with my man or somebody else, I'm gonna turn off a couple. I'm gonna swipe right and turn off a couple of those alarms. I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying?
Be considerate of the person you sleeping next. Put a vibrator on. Put it under your pillow. You know what I'm saying? Like something that can wake you up.
Exactly. And not wake the whole house up. Word.
Or
All right.
forewarn them. Or forewarn them.
Word. Okay, the chick is overly flirty. Is that a red flag, a deal breaker, or love it?
I love it.
Okay.
I love it because a lot of times I'm not sure, I'm not speaking of all women, but women don't always feel comfortable in their own skin to let it be known that they're checking for you. So when a woman when a woman do that, I admire it and appreciate it to the 10th degree. Even if it becomes annoying sometimes, you still in the back of your head got to say to yourself, you know what? This ain't normal. A lot of dudes is out here doing too much and so I would love it. I would love it.
That's what's up. And here's the last question, Broadway. She's always 30 minutes late. Always 30 minutes late. Is that a red flag, a deal breaker, or you love it?
It's not a deal breaker, but it is a red flag. It is a red flag. And for me, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So I was if I saw that happen about 2 or more times, I'm telling her to meet me somewhere every time a half an hour late. I mean, a half an hour early.
Right.
So that she'll be on time.
Right.
So that's what I would do. You know what I mean? I'd be like, yo, movie start at 7:30.
Right.
Start at 8.
Exactly.
I know, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes, and that's just free game, right? Men shouldn't be so, like, if you drive and you just start dating a chick, you shouldn't be upset that she's late because 9 times out of 10, she's getting beautified. You're part of why she's becoming beautified.
Exactly. Right.
So, you know, like when you going to pick her up, either, you know, say to yourself, she's probably not going to be ready. Let me sit in my car, park up. This is my time to like and scroll on the gram, post on the gram, make your phone call, and give her extra maybe 30, 40 minutes. Anything outside of 30, 40 minutes, she pushing it though.
Right. Well, you're giving her a lot of grace for 30 to 40 minutes because I'm literally the opposite. Okay, if I'm first dating a guy and he's late, maybe the first couple times, but if it's a habitual thing, that's like a pet peeve of mine. That will definitely be a deal breaker for me. I cannot do it because
I wouldn't see you're not wrong for that.
Right.
But hey, let me also say this, and that 30, 40 minutes is contingent on how much I like you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I like you as a 4, no, you better be down in 5 minutes.
Word.
If I like you as a 10, you might get the whole 40 though. You might get the 40.
Yo, I feel you. Yo, Broadway, thank you so much for popping by Angie's World podcast. Thank you for playing the games, for talking, for being such a good sport. I am so excited for you and everything that you have in 2022. Anytime you want to come to my podcast, promote anything, or just stop by, just let me know, and you always welcome here. And
let me say this to you, baby girl. No, let me say this to you. You are smoking it. Continue to thrive. I'm jealous because I know you working and you putting it in. I don't get to see you as much on Clubhouse, but I know where you are. You know what I'm saying? I do be jealous and I do be like, damn it, we lost a good one. But
no, you didn't lose nothing.
No. But I'm saying that by way of knowing you're working. It's one thing if you was out here twiddling your thumbs, but you are working, and consistency overrides resistance. You know what I mean? So I see you. I love what you're doing. Season 5 of Live on Broadway podcast is on the way. We getting all our co-hosts together now, and we gonna pencil you in. I'm gonna let you know probably about maybe 4 to 5 weeks out that hey, on this day I'll need you as a co-host, and you know if you're not ahead, you behind. So we working it out, and I love what you're doing, and hey, it's Angie's World.
Thank you, Broadway. And you already know you're my bro. Anytime you need me, I'm there. Everybody who is tuned in, tap in with Broadway. I am _Broadway on Instagram. Tap into his new season, his YouTube page, Live on Broadway podcast. Check us out on Clubhouse. Follow everything. I'm also going to have his stuff when I drop the interview into the description. and description. And when I have it on the audio form, I'm going to have everything in the description. So definitely tap in with Broadway. Everybody who tapped into with me today, thank you so much for listening. You could be anywhere in the world, but you decided to be in Angie's world. And for that, I love y'all. Broadway, don't go nowhere. Peace out, y'all. We out of here.